Okay, so on the first part of this presentation, it cut off. I'm sorry. I couldn't find the record button and I thought like it had erased, but I was able to save it. So I'm going to continue with question number 3. So my answer for question number 3 is that I learned to explain my information in ways that not only I could understand, but in ways that my audience would too. When this course first started, I will deal with this because I didn't know what was easier for my audience to understand. I didn't know how to present my 3 sources. I wanted to stick with the show don't tell, but I didn't know how to do it because it was way too much information to not add any text. I was having a very hard time coming up with ideas and finding ways that my audience would comprehend my sources as well. In this class, I learned this by actually trying to get on my audience's shoes. I'm not too sure. I believe I made 2 different drafts for my post, and I asked my family which one was more understandable. And that actually was a really big help to me because they all chose the same one, which made it easier for me. For this post, I wanted to create a video, just like my first post, a visual presentation with no text at all. But it was impossible because there was so much information to add. So this is the post that I made. This one. So it's just like information, just text. I wanted to create a video, but like I didn't know how to, like I said. But this is the one I'm talking about. So, in the future, I can use this knowledge literally everywhere. For example, when my mom gets after me, I will try and get in her shoes and see everything from her point of view to try and understand her. Not everyone understands the same, so it's good to try and see things from other people's perspective. So in this case, I knew like if I made a video, my audience wasn't gonna understand because like I didn't know how to make the video with the information, so I just kept this sort of simple and to the point. So my answer number 2 for this question is I learned that it was a must to reword what I had written on my post because there were words that not everyone was going to understand, which this answer also goes back to my previous one. In the past, like first, I never really changed words. I stayed with the same ones because I just thought that everyone was going to understand them. I mean, like big words, if that makes sense. And that's what I started doing while working on this post. I just used the words that I thought sounded better, but some of them were really, really hard words. In this class, I learned this because I went over my final post tons of times. I felt like it was too much, and it was. I asked my family for suggestions again, and my mom was actually the one who said that the words I used were too hard for her to understand because she doesn't really speak English, only Spanish. Uh, so her comment really made me think about it. If she's not understanding, what makes me think that everyone will too? So I ended up changing some of the words here and there for that one post. And it's the same one. It's this post, the one that I was talking about earlier. And like for example, like I didn't change any words because I didn't know how to replace them. I didn't want it to sound too, easy too. But like she didn't know what was the word? Exhibiting. She didn't know what that meant. As well, I think she was having trouble with resembles. And I think that's it. Yeah, the rest I changed, but I didn't save the other post. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna need it. But yes, in the future, I can use this knowledge by always having in mind that everyone has a different dominant language. And if I'm going to post something on social media where a lot of people are going to have access to it, I just have to make sure that I use words that everyone can comprehend, not just to me. My question number 4. I learned to make sure that my audience wouldn't get bored with the information I was providing them. In the past, I would deal with this by never using color pictures or videos. Just like the picture I showed at the beginning, this one right here. Like, this is what I mean, Like, just so sad. I thought that simple was better, and that's actually what I want to do for this project. I've always been like a really minimalist person, so I like everything to be like very, very, very simple. This class actually helped me to get out of my comfort zone and try new things out, and I learned a lot from them. In this project, I also tried using videos because who doesn't like watching videos, you know? Especially when they're short and fun to watch too. There was this one post where I used music, like Mexican music, I'll show you right now, and I thought it came out really like a really compelling post. I tried making it short, straight to the point so my audience wouldn't get bored with it, but I think it like I gave the message. It's this one. No, it's this one. Okay, so this is when I introduced. I'm sorry. So this is when I introduced my revised question when I wanted to talk about what a folklorico dancer can communicate through dance. So this was my post. In the future, I can use this knowledge with my dance career. Again, I will perform and hopefully have performance one day, and I want my choreography to be fun and interesting to watch. Of course, I will try and use my creativity just like I did for this project. I learned that I should always add a little bit of more to my post. This is my second answer to this question, to question number 4. I learned that I should always add a little bit more to my posts, and by this I mean something that they already know. In the past, I would always go the easy way. I would just talk about the topic and that's it. I wouldn't go into detail about it because, I don't know, I just thought that my audience would really need more information. For example, in the very first post I made, which it's this one that I already showed in the beginning, I was just going to post the video without any like bottom information or hashtags or anything whatsoever. And like, so I chose to put information or hashtags, and I learned that putting hashtags actually gives my audience more information, and I think that's really cool because they can look for the kind of information that they want. They just click on the hashtags and it takes them to the videos and photos about the same topic. There's videos, pictures about dance, there's a lot. So this is the post, right? And like, for example, if I click there, well, not this one, that's communication. Oops. So like, dance says what words cannot. Let's look at that one. Right. So, well, there's this. There's mine, and you can see more pictures of it that relate to the same thing, like this one. And then you can find more hashtags here and go deeper and understand more about dance or the information that I'm trying to give. Like here, dance is the joy of movement in the heart of life. So you get the point, right? Okay. In the future, I can use this by always giving the option of more information, or actually giving details about my information. Or I can use this literally in my daily life. For example, at work, I work at a retail store and I have to ask customers if they would like to apply for the store credit card. I can persuade them to apply by telling them all of the benefits that the credit card has. So yes, this was my answer for number 4. Can't go back. Why? Okay, so for question number 5, my first answer is I learned that I should always have people helping me, people that are related to my question. In this case, I had dancers helping me get through this because my project was about dance. I am a dancer, and like me myself, I am a dancer. I'm this one right here and this one right here. So I thought I didn't need any help because I knew what I was doing, supposedly, right? So the dancers that were helping me, I guess I can say they are professionals, and they were able to give me some really good feedback. This made it way easier for me to compose my post because I knew that everything was going to be dance related and that I wasn't going to get out of topic. These two dancers came out in my last post. This one, I'll show it right now. I observed them, and their answers to my questions were just amazing and helped me find the final answer to my question. This was my final video of them. It's really short and straight to the point. So they were able to help me with my final question to find my final answer. I'm sorry. And just a quick thing. I know you said to like keep them private, but I mean, since they're dancers, they want to get known or be known, and that's why I put their names, because they want to grow, if that makes sense. I don't know. So in the future, I can use this knowledge by always seeking for help if needed. For example, once I graduated from college and get my degree, I can always go back to my dance directors and ask them for help upon anything. I also learned that it is really helpful to go back and take a look at my classmates' social media page. I found that really, really, really helpful because at some points, I was just blank. Like, I didn't know what to do with the information I had. Like, the information was there. Like, I had the information, but I didn't know if I wanted to make an infographic, a video, or what. I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, I was scared to go to my peers' social media because I felt so bad, like guilty. I felt I was copying when I really wasn't. I was just looking for ideas or to see if my post was okay or if I needed anything else. There was this one day at Zoom, in Zoom class, where a classmate mentioned that she would go and take a peek at other students' social media posts, and I was like, okay, I don't feel that bad anymore. So I learned that it is okay and it is very helpful to take a look at my classmates' social media post, of course, without copying. And this is a post that helped me. This one right here. It helped me to do this one right here. I already showed it. And I just added a little bit more on this side, on the other slide. In the future, I can use this knowledge in literally my everyday life. Just a simple example. It's a weird example, but it goes with it. Like, if I go to the grocery store and I don't know where the milk is, and I'm scared to ask the woman that's passing by with the milk, I can just walk to where she's coming from to find the milk. That's just a simple example. But I mean, it's almost the same thing. For question number 6, I learned that it was very helpful to have feedback from my peers because at the end, we all wanted to have a perfect project. In the past, I would deal with not being able to speak to my peers because I was so shy. When this course first started, I was so nervous because I knew I would have to get feedback on stuff or speak out loud in class, but my peers made it very, very easy for me, and I'm really thankful for that too. In this class, I learned that getting and giving feedback actually gets you out of your comfort zone, which it was scary for me. Well, at least for me it did. I learned that I shouldn't be scared of working together, especially when we are all looking for the same outcome, which was to find always ways to present our posts.